Hey guys, episode 23 of the ISA portfolio series. Quick shout out to Trading212. If you want to get a free stock and set up an account, use my link and we both get free share. So we'd appreciate that. Just looking at the gold portfolio. So overall, a little bit of a recovery this week, mostly on these two gold funds. So about 3,000 up overall from last week, about 2,000 up on these two. I think gold may have sort of seen its bottom over the last week or so. May sort of go down still a little over the next month, but can't see it getting too bad. The dollar's sort of really taking a hit at the moment. Everyone's sort of FX positions are looking bad compared to just stock prices going up, so expecting reasonable amount of recovery from these two and hopefully do well. So looking at the ISA, the Trading212 ISA, so a little bit better from last week. It was at 23.2, so we've gone up to 24.3 now, 18% in profit again, so it's a little better. I did add a little bit more into the ARC pie and had a little reshuffle. Didn't really change too many of the percentages, just dropped out CompuGen and added in Pure Storage. CompuGen I don't think we're doing too well and started to really drift down the holdings in ARC-K, so swap that out for Pure Storage. That's up 16% now overall, so pretty good. One of the big changes in the last week is I've sold out completely of Barrick Gold. Seen a few sort of reports of corruption and just sort of not particularly good news from them, and they haven't sort of performed particularly well with the recent gold price, so they just don't. I mean, I've already got a lot in the index ETFs, the gold ETFs. They're about 10% of those, so still holding a lot of Barrick Gold, but I didn't want them anymore as an individual position, and I'll come back to what I've bought with that money shortly. So sort of movers for the week. Alibaba sort of taking a little bit of a downturn, but it's not a very big position. Similar with Amazon, sort of some stuff I seem to have rocketed up during the week and come back down again. The Bitcoin's still doing pretty good, 11% in the last week. I'll come back to the interesting video tomorrow. BT again, nice week. Been doing pretty well over the last month now. 32% up. So as I always say, this one's a long-term hold. And sentiment. So this is where the bulk of the Barrick Gold money has gone. About 3/4 of the money went into sentiment, and they've done pretty well over the last week. I mean, Barrick Gold have come back, but not as much as these. So the switch is outperforming Barrick Gold. So pretty happy with that. Sold out of Kier in the ISA. I've still got about £600 in the invest account, but I thought they've sort of recovered back to a reasonable point, and I didn't really want to hold too much of them as it's very speculative, but I have swapped it for something very speculative, so I thought I'll get into the SPAC stocks, these special acquisition companies. So they seem to have crazy growth for 27% in a day. So this is the EV company, Arrival, sort of UK based but listed on the US. They're into sort of electric buses and commercial vehicles rather than sort of consumer cars. So seemed an interesting one. Obviously won't be a particularly long-term play. Digital Realty, still one that I can't really buy any sort of US REITs, and some of the ones that I would like to buy, I don't really want to buy them in the invest account. Sort of for tax reasons, it's not counted as dividend tax, so makes it quite awkward. And not having any spare money in the ISA. Yeah, I would like to buy some more of these US REITs and maybe some of the UK REITs as well, but oh well. Yeah, obviously with the recovery, First Majestics had a little bit of a recovery. Silver price not really gone up quite as much as I'd thought it would, but it's still going. Again, should have a fairly positive sort of early next year. About 7% up on the week. Gene Drive was a little penny stock that I saw on one of the forums, just sort of chucked a little bit of money at that. Glaxo is such a weird chart, almost does look like a heart rate monitor. Very strange. Greatland Gold was the other quarter of the Barrick Gold money. So these are a exploration company who are partnered with Newcrest Mining, who I hold some of in the gold funds. But these have a new mine which they're working on. Does seem like it's going to be fairly big. So that's why I bought this on Monday with the Barrick Gold sale. And yeah, 30% up in the last week. I'm only 20% because I didn't get in right at the bottom. But 20% in a week, can't moan at that. And again, this is from Barrick Gold money, so it's far outperformed Barrick Gold. So pretty happy with that. The S&P gold producers hasn't done a huge amount. Gold did sort of been up and down, and some of the ETFs have seen sort of fair amount of outflow. Polymetal, again, 2%, very volatile one. So it's not done quite as well as some of the others. Yeah, just looking at some of the other sort of larger positions. Square, sort of bit of an up and down week, but sort of relatively flat, just a couple of percent down. Sylvania, still sort of not really responding too well. I mean, 4% up for the week, but platinum has been sort of incredibly up, sort of 20% plus in the last month. And rhodium's now at $16,000. So I'm expecting a sort of fairly large special dividend from them early in the year. And I believe yesterday was the payment date for their main dividend, which I think is 2 cents a share. Trading212 sort of normally takes a little while to pay those out, so I might get that next week. I may just buy some more shares of this because it just looks crazy. It's like forward PE ratio of 4-3, depending where the sort of PGM platinum group metals go. Palladium still doing pretty well, and if platinum's now starting to really go up, and rhodium sort of can hold anywhere near like $15,000, then they'll be making incredible money. So yeah, I mean 61% on it since I bought it, pretty happy. Taylor Wimpey still sort of hovering around this £1.60, pretty good on that, and more in the invest account. Tesla nearly breaking the $600, 2% up in the last week. I mean, it was sort of obviously better run in the last month or so, $400 sort of earlier in the month, but now it's in the going to be in the S&P 500. Everyone's buying it. And Virgin Galactic was the other half of the Kia Group money. So I split it half between the Arrival EV spec and the Virgin Galactic. Sort of seeing these as maybe one for the future, but not really sure. I'm hoping kind of they get some good news and everyone sort of prices it in a lot as with a lot of these growth stocks, and I'll probably get out. It's really just a short-term bit of speculation. Like I say, I didn't really want quite that much money in Kia, and don't really have any of these or many of these super speculative plays. So thought we'll go with that and a SPAC stock. And Volkswagen not really moved. So that's the ISA, and the invest account doing pretty well. 7,500 and 22% up now. So pretty good. Not really too much movement in most of these, to be honest. 3M, couple of percent down. ADM is flat for the week. Diageo, flat. I mean, most of these are sort of fairly flat. I'd have added a little bit of money in this week, and I bought some Intel. Seem sort of fairly undervalued for what they are, taking a big beating just because their CPUs have been delayed, and all the sort of investor money is going into AMD, but Intel still make a crazy amount of profit. Many times what AMD do, so I think they've got a long way to go. They're only double the market cap of AMD, less than double the market cap, and they've also got this Mobileye sort of self-driving technology, looking to sort of compete with the Teslas and that sort of area. So if that sort of gets to take off, then having a PE of sort of 10 for what is basically a future technology in that business could be good. So, this was part of the reason I sort of sold off part of the Kia Group. It's up to 85p now, and I didn't really want to hold quite this much. I mean, it was over 5% of the ISA, so I'll keep it in here, and see how we go. I mean, I would have probably made a little bit more money leaving it in Kia, but you can only leave it in there so long. What else did I buy? I think I bought another share of Raytheon. Again, seem to be doing pretty well, and one of the longer term holds. And I think that's about it. The Shell still sort of had a little dip during the week, but up 3%. Again, doing pretty well. Oil price looking fairly positive. And I bought another quarter of a share of Lockheed Martin, so 3/4 of a share in them now. But this will be where most of the sort of new money is going if I start selling probably half a Bitcoin soon, as I've mentioned on the other videos. Then hopefully be having sort of maybe 7,000 or 8,000 coming into this, and it'll be going into most of these type of stocks, I would have thought, dividend stocks. So that's the video for the week. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Drop a like, as always appreciated, and subscribe if you want to see more. See you soon.